Think about the last time someone made you feel small. Maybe it wasn't obvious. A subtle eye roll during your presentation, a colleague taking credit for your work, or someone talking over you in a meeting. Perhaps it was more blatant, being told you're not good enough, being passed over for opportunities you deserved, or having your boundaries repeatedly ignored. That feeling in your gut, that burning sensation in your chest, that's not just embarrassment or anger. It's your inner warrior telling you something isn't right. You see, most of us have been conditioned to swallow our pride, to keep the peace, to be the bigger person. We've been taught that tolerance means accepting whatever treatment comes our way. But let me tell you something revolutionary. Tolerance should never extend to disrespect. Never. Not once. Not ever. I'm talking about a fundamental truth that many of us have forgotten or perhaps never learned. Your worth isn't negotiable. It's not something that fluctuates based on someone else's mood or opinion. It's not a commodity to be bartered with, or a light switch that others can flick on and off at their convenience. Your worth is constant, unwavering, and absolute. But here's the challenging part, the part that might make you uncomfortable but needs to be said. If you're consistently facing disrespect in your life, you're not just a victim of others' behavior. You're an active participant in a dynamic that needs to change. Every time you accept disrespect, every time you laugh off an inappropriate comment, every time you shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you're sending a message to the world about what you'll tolerate. Think about that for a moment. Really let it sink in. The standard you accept becomes the standard you live with. It's like setting your own price tag, and once you discount your worth, don't expect others to pay full price for what you bring to the table. But this isn't about pointing fingers or dwelling in regret. This is about awakening to a new reality where you recognize that respect isn't something you earn. It's something you command through your unwavering belief in your own worth. It's about understanding that every time you allow disrespect to go unchallenged, you're not just affecting yourself. You're setting a precedent that ripples out into your relationships, your workplace, and even to the people who look up to you. Consider this. How many times have you witnessed someone else being disrespected and stayed silent? How often have you watched a colleague, a friend, or even a stranger endure treatment that you knew wasn't right? That silence, that inaction, it becomes part of the problem. Because when we normalize disrespect in any form, we contribute to a culture that makes it acceptable. But you have the power to change this. Right now, in this moment, you can make a decision that will alter the course of your life. It starts with a simple but powerful declaration. I will never allow disrespect. Not in my personal life, not in my professional life, not in any corner of my existence. This isn't about becoming confrontational or aggressive. It's not about meeting disrespect with disrespect. It's about standing firmly in your truth, about maintaining your dignity with such unwavering certainty that others have no choice but to take notice. It's about carrying yourself with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their value isn't up for debate. When you truly embrace this principle, something magical happens. Your relationships begin to transform. The people who were comfortable disrespecting you will either adjust their behavior or naturally fade from your life. New opportunities will emerge because you'll stop accepting less than you deserve. Your voice will carry more weight because you'll stop apologizing for taking up space. But let's be real, this journey isn't easy. There will be moments when standing up for yourself feels terrifying. There will be times when enforcing your boundaries means walking away from situations or relationships you've grown comfortable with. There will be people who try to make you feel guilty for demanding respect, who'll label you as difficult or oversensitive. These moments are your testing grounds. They're the opportunities to prove to yourself that your commitment to self-respect is stronger than your fear of conflict or change. Remember, the temporary discomfort of standing up for yourself is nothing compared to the lasting damage of constantly compromising your worth. Think about the message you're sending to yourself when you allow disrespect. Every time you stay silent in the face of belittling comments, every time you laugh off inappropriate behavior, every time you accept less than you deserve, you're telling yourself a story about your worth. Is that the story you want to keep telling? Instead, imagine a different narrative. Imagine walking into every room with the unshakable knowledge that you deserve respect. Imagine conducting every interaction from a place of self-worth so solid that disrespect simply bounces off you. Imagine living with such clear boundaries that people know instinctively how to treat you. This isn't just about you. When you refuse to accept disrespect, you become a living example for others. You show them what's possible. You demonstrate that it's not just okay, but necessary to stand up for yourself. Your actions ripple out, affecting your children, your colleagues, your friends, and even strangers who witness your quiet dignity. Let's talk about what this looks like in practice. It means speaking up when someone interrupts you. I wasn't finished speaking. It means addressing inappropriate comments directly. That remark is disrespectful, and I won't accept it. It means walking away from situations where your boundaries are repeatedly violated. It means being willing to have uncomfortable conversations and set clear expectations. But most importantly, it means doing all of this with grace and self-respect. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to fight to be valued. Your power lies in your unwavering commitment to your own worth. The moment you truly believe that you deserve respect, the world will begin to reflect that belief back to you. This journey starts with small steps. Begin by noticing the subtle forms of disrespect you've been accepting. Pay attention to how you feel in different interactions. Trust your instincts when they tell you something isn't right. Start setting boundaries in small situations. Then work your way up to bigger challenges. Remember, you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for every person who will come after you, who will see your example and learn that they too deserve respect. You're doing it for every time you wished someone had shown you how to stand up for yourself. You're doing it because the world needs more people who understand that respect isn't a privilege. It's a fundamental human right. The path forward is clear, though it may not be easy. You might lose some people along the way, let them go. You might face resistance, stand firm. You might doubt yourself, remember your worth. Because at the end of the day, the respect you command from others will never exceed the respect you demand for yourself. Your journey begins now, with a simple but powerful choice. Will you continue to accept disrespect as an inevitable part of life, or will you rise up and declare that from this moment forward, you will never allow it? The decision is yours, but remember this. Every time you choose respect, every time you stand up for yourself, every time you refuse to accept less than you deserve, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the world. The power has always been within you. The strength has always been there. The worth has never left you. All that's needed now is your decision to embrace it fully and completely. Never allow disrespect. Not because you're trying to prove something to others, but because you finally understand that you never needed to prove anything at all. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Stand up, speak out, and let the world know that from this day forward, respect isn't just something you hope for, it's something you require. Because you are worthy, you are valuable, and you deserve nothing less than complete and total respect in every aspect of your life. The choice is yours. What will you decide?